Hello and welcome to another Doctor's Assistant 1 video, and today I'm doing a video on why I like the Daleks from Doctor Who. Now, now I don't have any notes, so I just thought I'd mention that and throw that out there so that you know, obviously, why I might sound like really incoherent, because you know this is literally just coming out of my brain as I'm thinking about it. Personally, on a personal level, why I personally like the Daleks is because from a young age, when I first saw Dalek, which is the first Dalek story that I saw, I really found them a threat to be reconciled with. You know, I felt like they were a tank. They were something that could literally, you know, you have these armies and they were just like pew, 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 and just like shooting down everything in its way, and stuff. You know, that one Dalek felt so immensely powerful and different. You know, like you couldn't reason with it, you couldn't communicate with it in the same way. You know, like you couldn't say stop, you couldn't say please don't do this, you know, you couldn't say don't do this, it's wrong, you couldn't say, you know, anything to reason with it. You know, you could never say anything like, you know, stop, please don't do this, what you're doing is wrong. It'll never comprehend that idea, and that is pure evil, the evil that can never be changed, you know, and it's unaware that it's even, I think Daleks don't even think that they're hurting other beings, you know, because in their minds and in their mutated, disgusting forms within the Dalek, they're thinking that they are correct to cleanse everything that is different from them, because they are essentially future Nazis. They are the ultimate cleansing machine, you know, and they just want to kill everything that isn't like them, like the Nazis did. But, as I say, they are essentially, you know, futuristic Nazis, so Nazis and tanks and the future all combined into one horrible mishmash, and then you've got a Dalek, you know. I adore the design of the Daleks. It's just so iconic, you know. It's so iconic, and if it's shot well, it looks, as I say, threatening, opposing, you know, eerie, you know, just all these things that are so integral and important and necessary to make a villain slash monster so threatening and foreboding and you know, vindictive, and feel like they can be a force to be reconciled with. You know, that first shot of just that plunger going near Barbara, you know, as she's screaming and stuff, that is insane. That's mind-boggling, and yet the only reason why they did that was because of the limitations of Doctor Who back then, which in retrospect now anyway I think's ingenious, because again, yeah, it's just a plunger, but it looks so, you know, you are that Dalek sort of thing, and you don't know what the Dalek looks like at this point, and she's just screaming. So as an audience member, you're, you know, comprehending all these, or, you know, making up all these possibilities of, oh my god, would it look like this, and would it be that high or this high, and would it look like this, and would it have like a squid arm behind the plunger or something like that, you know, or would it have 3 eyes or anything along those lines. You know, you, as a kid especially, your mind must have been boggled by that, you know. And back in the classic series especially, less so in the new series unfortunately, but they definitely always felt, pretty much most of the time, not always, but most of the time in the classic series, like they had some sort of aim or goal, you know. It got very repetitious towards the latter half of the classic series, I'll be honest, you know, with the whole sort of, okay, we are the bad guys, we are just going to take over the Earth, and so on and so forth. But I mean, to be fair, they didn't even get so much, like, predictable as they did in the classic series, or the latter half of the classic series, as they did get sidelined. You know, Davros, when he was introduced, I think it was perfect, it was brilliant, you know, and I do like Davros's character, and I've done a whole video on why I like Davros, so, you know, check my random Doctor Who video things somewhere on my channel. That'll be a way of seeing that video. But I think the thing is, the only problem with Davros is that then, yeah, he overshadows his creations. I mean, I think it's excusable in the first story because Genesis of the Daleks is very much about Davros and him, and that. And so it makes sense there, but every other time I think they should try and balance it out a bit more. I think that's my major gripe with a lot of Davros stories, the fact that, you know, as brilliant as Davros is in them, the Daleks usually get sidelined, which I don't personally like. I would like a better balance between the two personally, but that's just me. Yeah, I think the Daleks are very much a threat to be reconciled with, as I said before. I think they're very eerie and very, you know, very eerie, very intelligent, very dark creatures. I mean, to be honest, Doctor Who, well, the Doctor at least, you know, is the way he is because of the Daleks, really, you know. I think there's even a line, you know, in, like, I think Dalek Asylum of the Daleks, or whatever it's called, even, I don't even really like that one. Either Asylum of the Daleks or some Dalek story where he says, you know, if I'd never met you, I'd have never ventured out there and wanted to continue, sort of, saving people's lives and stuff along that line. I think it's actually Into the Dalek he says that, which again, that's a good Dalek story, but more on that in a while, like Into the Dalek video. But as I say, I think, yeah, so far in the new series, for the most part, not always, but for the new series especially, I've always found the better Dalek stories are usually the ones where they focus on just a Dalek, because I think a Dalek, it's more personal to that Dalek, it's more, you know, we are discovering more about the Daleks, which is always, I think that's the problem with the new revived show, that we are getting to that point where I feel like we've got near to the centre of the onion that is a Dalek, really. And I think, but then again, you know, what's the alternative? Either doing that, getting too much to the centre of a Dalek, or just bringing back loads of Daleks and saying, oh, well, they want to blow up the Earth, or they want to, you know, do something on the Earth, and I'll exterminate this planet, or that planet, or, you know, and it just gets boring and that. But I think, I don't know, I do think they definitely need a break, but I just adore them because they're so iconic, you know, in pop culture now, and the design is just so brilliant, you know, you just show someone vaguely a Dalek and they'd probably be like, I know what you're drawing, or I know what you're trying to show me, it's a Dalek, you know. They've got iconic, you know, imagery behind them and just iconic scenes in the, I'm looking over here on my classic Doctor Who one, but I've recently just bought a William Hartnell one, which is the Dalek Invasion of Earth, you know, brilliant story from what I remember of watching some of it. Yeah, Remembrance of the Daleks, again, you know, just iconic stuff, you know. I think, again, you know, the idea of factions as well gives them more personality, or, you know, the idea that some Daleks don't like the idea of what Davros has done, and so on and stuff. And so for a race that is very much about, you know, racial purity, they do faction off and do have different, you know, opinions and sides, and but then obviously because of the whole, you know, racial cleansing and racial sort of purity, they fight, of course, which is brilliant because it's like, you know, brilliant in the sense that, you know, why wouldn't they, you know, it'd be dishonourable to what the Daleks used to be and what they were when they first started in Doctor Who, you know. Why wouldn't they sort of fight each other, you know, the Imperial Daleks and the Renegade Daleks, I think they're referred to as in the Remembrance of the Daleks, from what I remember. You know, I adore the new series design and the gold ones, not the Skittle Daleks. I'm not a massive fan of the Skittle Daleks. I like the Ironside Daleks, I like the gold ones, I adore those. And stuff, you know. Talking about so many design stuff regarding the Daleks, I think I should do a top 3 design Daleks, or design of Daleks on my channel. Yeah, I adore them, you know, the very strong, very good, iconic villains or foes of the Doctor, you know, and have very much made the Doctor who he is today, you know, the character, you know. I don't know, I think the show itself is bigger than the Daleks, but is the character of the Doctor bigger than the Daleks? You know, I don't think he would be where he's at in his incarnation currently if it weren't for them. You know, I mean, for goodness sake, they are the enemy that fought his race in the Time War. You know, he has this unwilling need to want to defeat them every time he has to see their blobby, disgusting mess of a form, you know, and the idea that as well, that the initial design slash, you know, thing you see isn't fully what you see, you know, it's just like, to me, when I was young, you know, what's it doing? And it's like, opening up, and it's like this blobby little creature inside, and you're like, what? Sorry, what? You know, and it, although it's not like us, like a Cyberman, but it's like an organic like thing inside that can only feel like pain and anguish and anger to another creature. You know, it's just insane that it's like so, you know, it's so dead inside and yet so alive at the same point. You know, it's both, in the episode Dalek, again, it's so much alive. It's so alive in the sense that it wants to be free and it wants to see the sunlight, but as the Doctor says, for a Dalek, that basically means it needs to die. It's going against everything it was created for. You know, it cannot be anything but a killing machine. It cannot be, you know, a thing where it could just go strolling down to Asda or, you know, Tesco or Sainsbury's. You know, it has to kill and blow up, you know, Tesco and Sainsbury's. It can never not do that. And so for a Dalek to want anything more than that, that's unfortunately wrong for that Dalek, you know, because it was only ever made for that purpose. I mean, it's kind of really sad that that Dalek kills itself, but, you know, but at least it opens the idea to the Doctor that there can be good in even the darkest of creatures, which I think the Ninth Doctor needed that, especially seeing as he's the Doctor who comes after the War Doctor, you know, so he's very much like, I still hate you all, you know, with that brilliant monologue of, you know, stuff that happened in the chambery scene, you know, where he's like, you know, what are you good for now, Dalek? You know, your whole race is dead. I was there, I made it happen, you know, sort of thing. And Chris is just superb in that, but again, that's on a whole nother topic of why I like the episode Dalek. This is why I like the Daleks as a whole, you know. And you know, they've been throughout Doctor Who, you know, every companion, pretty much most companions have seen a Dalek. I mean, Leela, unfortunately, hasn't, but in Big Finish that's been rectified with Energy of the Daleks, so that's always a good thing. You know, and I just adore the Daleks. I love them, and they always bring out this more darker edge to every Doctor. Even Peter Davison, one of the lightest, sort of gentle, light-hearted, very sort of boring to me personally, very bland, very boring, but very gentle and warm and human-like Doctors. Even he was like, Davros, I'm not here as your friend, but as your executioner. You know, I'm going to kill you, you know. Of course he backs out, but that's not the point. The point is that even the purest and nicest of incarnations of the Doctor can be pushed to this dark edge, which the Doctor doesn't want to probably go to, especially in that incarnation of the Doctor. But he is there, he finds himself there because of this, you know, enemy that he knows if he's not there, then they'll win. And them winning, the Daleks and Davros winning means game over for the universe. We're all going to die if they win, you know. So I need to be someone more than the Night Doctor. I need to want to push myself to break my codes, you know, or code, you know. The War Doctor is a prime example. He breaks the code of who the Doctor is to, you know, to fight the Dalek enemy. You know, the Daleks break the Doctor essentially and who he is, because they're just that malevolent and that, you know, just freaking, you know, earth-shatteringly bad. He has to leave everything that he was to confront them, and to essentially, hopefully, try and save his people and himself. So yeah, this has been the Doctor's Assistant 1, talking about why I like the Daleks, and yeah, comment below, please do comment below what you think of the Daleks, whether you like them, dislike them for some weird reason. Yeah, please do comment, rate and subscribe. Thanks for watching, bye.